it's difficult in a way because the courts don't really have a role truly in encouraging innovation. That's not really what the courts are for. That's what the system as a whole is for, but the courts and the judges in them play a part in that. And you can see that in examples which we were discussing quite often with Judge Wei from Singapore and Judge Chu from China, and also Judge Jordan from the US. We all had examples of that kind of thing. I mean, an example from the UK of that, I guess, is in patent law, where we have specific rules in patents which allow for certain kinds of patents to be permitted and others not. And one of the very interesting questions which Stanley Lai was asking is whether there should be, how you would apply these exceptions that we have for inventions which the use of which would be contrary to morality. And that's a very difficult issue, and for a judge to sit there and have to decide whether an invention is immoral is not easy. And I must say I've so far managed to dodge that particular bullet. No one has actually asked me yet to make a decision of that kind, and I will be happy if I can retire before I ever have to decide. So it's not an easy one, but of course new technology is happening all the time, and one of the very interesting elements which we also were discussing was the degree of not necessarily harmonization between our different states and around the world in IP, but at least conformity, bringing together the legal principles that each country applies in order to facilitate new technology. Because of course, in the world, particularly we're talking about the internet is one place. It's the same internet in Singapore, in the UK, in the US, and everywhere else. And what you really want to have is at least broadly consistent legal principles being applied in all those states, in China, in the US, in the UK, and everywhere. And one of the things which was so interesting in our panel was just how much common ground there is between the different judges from very, very different jurisdictions. And that is a way in which the courts can achieve that result, which is what we were all discussing.